to start off today. As you have probably noticed, I have one eye that's a little bit more done than the other, so it's quite nice for you because then we've got a before and after, so a little bit of fun there for you. What I'm going to do is more of a bit of a smoky eye, but I've gone for more of a gold rather than a darker colour, so just a little bit of a, I'd say, difference, but I think it's something that most people tend to do. So I've gone a little bit more basic for a first video, just to see how I get on with things. Apologies about the lighting and the camera and the sound. I know they're not brilliant, but hopefully the more I do, the better they get. Fingers crossed. So what I'm going to do is just a little tutorial about how I've done this eye. So I'm going to show you with this eye. I have already kind of prepped the skin, so I've already done eye concealer, mascara and eyeliner, but again I'll go through them for you just to recap. So I have a Brilliant Benefit palette. It's a little bit of a starter kit to their brand, as I tend to say. It's got everything from the basics to eyes in it. So this is the palette. It is called Groovy Kind of Love. So you've got all eyeshadows, their mascara, a tinting thing for your pores. Basically it's got everything to start off with, which is brilliant for me. So what I do is I take the white eyeshadow, which is here. It's more of a highlighter I tend to use it for, which is probably what it's for anyway, but it's called Tickle My Ivory. And what I do is put it underneath the eyebrows. It's really good if you do colour your eyebrows in. Sorry, I've got a very croaky voice today. So place it on all over, take it right up to your eyelashes, to your eyebrows. You can even, if you tend to suffer with dark circles, which I do, just go a little bit in. I do wear an eye concealer, but again it just gives that little bit more of a coverage. So what I am going to use next is one of my eye shadow palettes. Now this one's called Front Cover. It is from Boots. I love this actual eyeshadow palette. It's got every colour that you can dream of. Some you'll say I've used a lot more than that. I can't actually find it now, so if anybody still uses it and can get one, let me know, because I'm running out of my favourite ones. I always have a little bit of a tissue, just so I can blot any added colours that I tend to use. And what I'm going to do is just take just a basic brown. It's more of a matte brown. It hasn't got a lot of glitter or pearlized colours in. No, I'm not making much sense. It's been a long day at work. So I take this just further up. So I'm just going slightly above the crease. The reason I'm going brown is just because it gives it a little bit more of a defined colour. I've got quite small eyes. Also my eyelids tend to drop over. If I was to have Botox and lift it, I'm sure it'd be fine, but I'd probably look a little bit scary. So you've just got to work with what you've got. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is start off with the actual dark, which is there. So I've got another Front Cover palette, which has a more dark colour in. So it's more of a black, really. And then what I do is just take it from the corner, just to get sort of this shape that you need. So making more of a triangle shape. Okay, so that's given me that shape. What I do always do is I have a eyebrow palette, which is my HD brows, and it's Vamp. It's got a colour that I don't tend to use, so when I'm going for this dark, it just highlights the dark. So that's this one here. Also, you get a really good angled brush, so it's brilliant for your triangle. So I've just taken that up and then into the crease. And then what I'm going to do is just blend that in slightly. So just taking the brush that I used. Now the brush that I've got is the Bare Minerals. It's Precision Eye, and it's really good because you get a fluffy type brush, but you also get your, I tend to call this sort of a pencil brush because it's got that, if you was writing, it's like a pencil shape. It's really good, you know, when you get in the darker colours. And then what I do, because I tend to like my dogs to be a little bit darker, a little bit fuller, because I've got a tissue and it's got a little bit of brush cleaner, so it just dampens the brush but in a sort of healthier way for your brush. So I just dab that a little bit, take it to pop on your eyeshadow, and then when your brush is just a little bit damp, picks it up that little bit more so it just fills it in. Okay, so that's the dark already, so it should be matching, hopefully. Sorry, just get close up on my face then. Then with this part you can literally add any colour that you want to. So if you want to keep with the dark, you could go for a dark blue, you could go for a grey, a silver. If you wanted to go for a much lighter colour, then you could just go for your browns, purple, anything that you want to sort of go with. Always go with the eye colour as well. If you tend to match your eye colour, the colours suit you that much more. As you can see, I'm quite dark, so I suit sort of the darker colours. Colours that I don't tend to wear are your blues. I do get away with pinks. Don't tend to wear pinks that often. I tend to wear more purples, browns, darker colours, so blues. Tend to get away with them a lot more. What I'm going to do is go with a gold colour. The reason I'm going for gold is because it's just that little bit lighter than say a dark brown, but a little bit deeper than a light brown, so it just goes really nicely. So I'm adding some onto the fluffy end of the brush, and I'm just literally going to take this all over. Now what I want to do now is just blend the dark in a little bit. So I'm taking that a little bit more into the crease and a little bit more into the centre. So what you get is sort of your three stages. So you get your dark, your darker, and then your lighter colour, so it just widens your eye. You probably noticed before, one eye looked a lot wider than the other, and that's just the effect from the eyeshadow. Okay, I'm just taking a brush just to wipe off any eyeshadow that's fallen. So that is pretty much my eyeshadow finished. If I turn the light in a little bit better, you can probably see the shade in the colouring. I know it's not brilliant, so apologies. Then what I always do is I tend to, don't know where I've put it now, curl my eyelashes, pop a little bit of mascara on, and then I have a little bit of gold glitter that was in one of the front cover palettes. So I just take a little bit and I just place it on the inner part of the teardrop and just on the inner part of the lower eyelid. Now it's not a glitter where it's so in your face, it's literally when the light hits it. Again, apologies about the lighting because you can't really see. Okay, so that is literally my eye shadow tutorial done for you. I know I wasn't making much sense, so apologies. I will pop a picture on hopefully so you can see the eyeshadow a little bit more, but as I say, hopefully the more I do the better it gets. I know it's probably not the best one that you've seen, but do keep watching and hopefully, as I say, it should get a little bit better. But any comments that you want to leave, pop in the comments below. Hopefully if you have liked it, you just want to give me a bit of encouragement, give me a thumbs up. Can subscribe to my page or follow me on Instagram, and it's AmyC2605, and hopefully I'll put a picture of this on. Right, take care, bye bye.